Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I finally received last week my Spark amp that I pre-ordered back in December. So yes, that has been 6.5 months of wait. If you're not aware, Positive Grid has had some massive delays with the shipping of their Spark amp worldwide. They already had a lot of issues before COVID happened, and obviously this worldwide mess has not helped in any way. So there's been a lot of hate on this amp, obviously including myself. But anyway, let's just ignore the shipping issues for this video, because this video is going to be a short review of the amp, and hopefully I can also show you what this little thing is capable of. So let's jump right into it. To give you a bit of context, I've been using Bias Effect for a few years and I've been super happy with it, so I thought I'd give it a chance to this little amp from the same company, Positive Grid. And talking of Bias Effect, guys, I'm giving away a product code for Bias Effect Pro valued at $200. If you're interested, watch this other video that I will put in the description down below. There should be only a few days left to enter, and there's only around 20 entries, I think, so far. So your chances should be very high to win this prize. Yeah, good luck, guys. Okay, so let's now have a look at the amp and jump into the review. So the amp comes in a simple box with the wall plug unit and a USB cable, which can be used for updates and recording, straight to your computer, obviously. I wish it was USB-C, to be honest, and not this old USB type, but not a deal breaker, and I'll probably never use it anyway. A good surprise is the handle of the amp, which is quite convenient. I didn't know there was going to be a handle. Quality-wise, the amp feels well built for the $300 price tag. My only complaint would be this tiny knob that you've got at the top right there, which is for the music volume, which kind of feels and looks cheap compared to the others. Again, not a deal breaker. I've had the amp for a week now and I've had time to play with it quite a bit. Being a user of Bias Effect, this is super easy to use for me. The interface on the app is very user-friendly and you can get the sound you want pretty fast, which is, in my opinion, the biggest strength of this amp. You can also use the amp with no app at all, and the default sounds are actually pretty nice on this amp. I actually found myself just using the amp without the app most of the time, mostly obviously because I'm lazy and I don't want to use my phone, but also because these default sounds are truly super nice. And you can also save your presets with these 4 buttons right there at the top, so if you know you're going to be using the same tones all of the time, you don't really need to use the app that much in the end. And bonus points, there is a built-in tuner, which is always a good thing to take. From the amp hardware, you can obviously adjust gain, EQ, volume, but you also have a reverb and delays knob, which is very nice. And you also have a modulation knob, which you can assign to any effects you want, such as flanger, chorus, or tremolo, or other effects that you've got in the app. And a cool thing that is pretty neat is that if you move the knobs on the amp while you're using the app, you'll see these knobs moving in the app, and if you do the opposite, so if you move the knobs from the app, obviously the physical buttons won't turn, you won't see the knobs moving, but the value that you're using in the app will overwrite temporarily the one on the amp until you touch these knobs physically on the amp, if that makes sense. But yeah, pretty neat feature. So let's have a listen at these default sounds to start with, without using the app at all, and then we'll dive more into the app and try some of these presets. Just so you know, I'm using my Epiphone Les Paul Studio and I've got my SM57 placed right in front of the amp, and it's going straight into my Focusrite 2i2. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think of these default sounds. I think personally they're pretty nice. So now let's have a closer look at this app and how it works. So in the app you'll have a bunch of presets with funny names. If you're a user of bias effects, you know what I'm talking about. When you click a preset, you can then modify it as you wish, and a double tap on a component in the line will bring you to the component selection. So you can change amp, you can change effects. For example, you can change the modulation to other effects, and you can also remove effects from the line. Obviously, you can let's say you don't want to use this noise gate at the start, you can just drag it out of the line like this, and then it won't affect your sound at all. So let's just try a few presets just for fun, and then I will give you my final thought on this Spark amp. So would I recommend this amp in the end? Yes, definitely, but it really depends when you're watching this video. I would be really cautious ordering from Positive Grid website at the moment, so in July, August 2020. If you're watching this video in that time, you know, just be aware that you might not see your amp for months and months. But the product itself is a great little amp. You know, it looks good. You can just leave it in your living room anyway. You can also use it as a music speaker. It's fairly cheap and it's got a lot of great features. So I would 100% recommend it. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you found this content helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.